Welcome to another significant day here at Northeast Mississippi Community College. Normally when we make these huge announcements, we host a news conference with media from all over the area on campus covering it, but not these days. With the pandemic, we are hosting a virtual news conference today to make sure we keep it as safe as possible for everyone involved. My name is Will Kohlmeyer. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Community Relations here at one of the nation's premier community colleges, Northeast. Here's how the virtual news conference will unfold. In just a moment, I will introduce our president, Dr. Ricky Ford, and he will make the official announcement and give us his impressions on what this means for Northeast as we go forward. We will then hear from our VP of Instruction, Dr. Michelle Barragona. Then our e-learning coordinator, Dr. Kim Harris. Our registrar and director of admissions, Chassie Kelly, will give us her take on today's major news, followed by Mark Nichols from IT, and then I'll be back to wrap things up. So here we go. At this time, it's my honor to introduce our president, Dr. Ricky Ford, and he will tell us about today's significant announcement that places Northeast in some rare air, not only in this country, but around the world as well, as we are the only higher ed institution to receive this award in the entire United States, and the only other one in the entire world was the University of Greenwich in London.
Thank you, Will. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us for this announcement at one of the premier community colleges in the nation, and we're happy to be able to announce this announcement today. But before I get into the announcement itself, I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on how we got here. And actually this journey began about 4 to 5, maybe 6 years ago. Our former colleague, Mr. Jeffrey Powell, and I talked about putting a device into our students' hands. And my statement to him was, Jeffrey, I would like to have an iPad or a device in every student's hand all across campus. So this was only the fuel that he needed in order to make this work. So little did we know that we began a journey that would lead us into some realms of education that we did not even fathom that we would go into. We opened some doors of learning to our students. We had to educate our faculty and our staff and our entire campus community on the technological advances that were available to us. So we began to do a lot of professional development, and we began to move forward with our technology on campus, and that opened a lot of doors that a lot of people began to take notice of. And one of the things that Ellucian, which provides some of our technology on campus as far as our banner system, they begin to notice this. So going from just a small thought in an office to where we are today with all the technological advances that we have, it is a pleasure to be able to announce that Ellucian has named Northeast Mississippi Community Colleges as one of the premier colleges as far as providing the impact upon technology usage in the classroom. So we're proud to announce that today and be one of the colleges that is known as the Ellucian Impact Award recipients.
At Northeast, technology has changed significantly over the last 4 years. Since 2016, we have done our best to become a paperless campus and move as many things as possible to an online environment. We've also, since 2018, had an iPad one-to-one initiative on campus where every student and faculty member has the same device in hand. This has increased our student success rates from 72% of our students earning an A, B, or C in class to 79% of our students earning an A, B, or C in their courses. We've also been able to move the textbooks to a digital format, and currently about 95% of all of our books on campus are a digital format. In addition, we have implemented an OER program, which stands for Open Educational Resources, which means our students are able to get their textbooks at a free or reduced cost for many of those courses. The percentage of OER textbooks on campus is currently around 77%. So that means 77% of books on campus are a free or a very reduced cost, costing $20 or less. This allows us to reduce the textbook cost to the students significantly, and in 2012 our average textbook cost was around $212 per book. Currently, with OER and digital course materials, the cost of a textbook is around $25.73.
I'm Kim Harris, e-learning coordinator at Northeast Mississippi Community College. I've been here for 8 years almost, and in my time here, I've seen Northeast truly evolve to lead the community, students, staff, faculty towards growth and success for the future. The Elution Impact Award for Digital Transformation is an honor, but getting this award is no surprise for those who have walked on this campus. In my time here, I've seen us move from paper, ink, and slower processes to ones that create digital workflows that improve processes, provide better data, help save money, and help the success of all involved. All these improvements have provided tools and methods that are allowing employees and students to achieve their goals. Looking back about 7 years ago when we first started using ebooks, I remember a student walking in my office. They had a very heavy course load. Out of that course load, 5 books were using ebooks. And that was a new process. At the time, it looked much different than what it looks like now. They had 5 different cards, 5 different accounts to create, and 5 different ways to set up. We took about an hour going through that process. And saying that story lets you know how we have evolved and transformed even that process. We moved to a total digital workflow process for that, from the faculty adoption of textbooks to how they're delivered, so that students can day one have access inside of Canvas. And Canvas is that system we use where they access their course materials and resources. They have a link, they set up their account, and they're ready to go. They can download an app and have it offline even, so if they're in a rural area and don't have access to the internet, they can get those ebooks. So that process is truly transformed. At that same time, faculty were developing open educational resource books. Those were books that faculty were creating at low cost to free. So it developed a very refined process to allow faculty to pick out what materials they wanted for their classroom and give it to the students for free inside of Canvas. A very easy and consistent method under the system that we use for teaching online and for delivering even our face-to-face and hybrid classes. So they had access to those materials. Again, around that same timeline, another technology, we had the Northeast One initiative where iPads were given to students and provided as part of their package of tuition and fees, and faculty, and eventually employees. And that gave us technology at our fingertips. Imagine taking away that barrier, that divide, that economic divide where someone may not have a computer or any kind of technology tool, and it allowed them to then have it in their hand. They can create rich media, audio, videos. They can complete their assignments on time. And when they're off campus, they have downloaded resources and materials that they can access and study and be successful. So those are some of the things that have transformed Northeast and even the online environment. The concept of digital workforce does not stop there. Even as an employee, I've seen that process change. I'm part of a data committee where we look at our Elution banner system and look at best practices and ways that we input data. And that system is where we host our courses, our students, all kind of data. So we had to look at it carefully so it doesn't mess up financially aid if we change something, or the e-learning or instruction offices. So those processes where we meet and look at things have improved that process too. We've moved to an upgraded banner that's more mobile friendly. We've integrated Argos reporting that lets me as an office worker be able to see the attendance problems that a student may be having or other things. And so I can help that student when they're in my office or on the phone. I don't have to stop and send them, reroute them around. All these technology digital workflows have given us tool sets at our hand to be able to help students and help each other. So it's really truly created a paperless workflow. We went from paper forms to being able to reinstate students, do student cancellations, things of that nature that may seem simple, but now I could track that student. I can say, hey, did that form not go through? I can look that up and find that and help that student right there. Last year, one other thing that was truly a blessing for our office in e-learning was that our computer services team worked carefully with very many entities on campus to implement what we call the ILP system. It's a Aleutian Intelligent Learning Platform System. And from my office standpoint, what that means when you call me up to change your class, add a new class, I don't have to say, hey, in 24 hours, you'll see that course show up in Canvas. I can, before we even hang up the phone, see that you have that class access. If not, say, I'll call you back and see why this isn't showing up. And I can support you. I can let you look at the class and provide more support at a more reasonable amount of time because of that technology from Aleutian that we've implemented. We've had so many technology things. I can't even talk about the different things through the health crisis that we've increased our technology. Even before then, our dropout detective, our increasing our Zoom license. We also have a statewide resource where we purchase things as 15 community colleges in the e-learning department. We recently added a video media tool that allows more engaging experiences. I could talk on about the technologies, but I want you to know that Northeast embraces these opportunities to transform. And the goal in transforming is how we can support the future of our students and employees and help them be successful. And that's why I'm excited to be a part of Northeast Mississippi Community College.
Hello, my name is Chassie Kelly, Director of Enrollment Services and Registrar here at Northeast. We are truly honored to be the only school in the nation to receive this year's Aleutian Impact Award. Our commitment towards student success and retention was only strengthened by the implementation of DegreeWorks. DegreeWorks has provided a user-friendly application for our students to map out their plan of study to certificate and degree completion. As a one-to-one iPad initiative institution, students have easy access to their degree plans through the student portal via their iPads. Those students interested in changing their program of study or discovering their options can utilize the What If option inside of DegreeWorks that allows for their completed coursework to be checked against all of our programs of study. This has created an additional resource for advisors to utilize as they guide their students and build relationships toward academic success and completion. We have also implemented attendance tracking, which has allowed for seamless attendance verification for faculty. This has provided a time saver for faculty to take attendance with their iPads within the classroom and created daily emails through Argos to be sent to students regarding their absences in those classes. Within the Enrollment Services Office, our focus has been on the digital workflow and increasing productivity. We have streamlined the processes for our students in the areas of application for degree, transcript request, change of program of study, changes of address, among others. Due to automation, our students can complete these forms 24/7 with their digital device wherever they may be. We're excited about the strides we have made in these areas, and we look forward to continued growth as we serve our students.
I'm Mark Nichols, Database Administrator at Northeast Mississippi Community College. Northeast has been able to implement several software solutions to allow campus offices to rapidly access information in order to make data-driven decisions geared toward the success of our college and our students. One of those solutions, Argos, provided NEMCC with an effective way to monitor student attendance and student success. Coaches within the Student Success Center are able to use Argos dashboards to retrieve data from our attendance tracking software and combine it with data from the learning management system in order to monitor student progress through courses and proactively take steps to improve student success and retention. With the transition from Banner 8 to Aleutian's mobile-friendly Banner 9 administrative pages and self-service applications, employees are no longer tied to a desktop and can complete tasks from anywhere on campus. Office personnel can quickly transition to any location using mobile devices in order to meet campus needs and demands. The Student Advisor Profile and Student Profile applications give faculty and students access to relevant data such as test scores and course history, allowing them to make informed decisions about current and future study plans. Our implementation of Aleutian's Intelligent Learning Platform allowed NEMCC to integrate the college's mobile app and Canvas. With this integration, students can now view assignments, announcements, and events from Canvas, along with performing other tasks such as registering for classes, finding contact information, checking grades, listening to the Tiger Talk podcast, or even watching NEMCC TV, all from within the My NEMCC app. The ILP also maintains real-time synchronization of enrollment data between our student information system and Canvas. Northeast was the first school of any size to go live with Aleutian's ILP SaaS technology and continues to actively participate in Aleutian's client advisory board for the ILP product. Signalvine, the college's two-way texting platform, has enhanced communications between students and campus offices by allowing students to ask questions and receive answers by simply sending a text message to the appropriate office. Texts can be sent anytime and are answered by staff during normal business hours. Northeast continues to press forward by using Aleutian's extensibility tools to create our own solutions, such as a digital campus ID available within the MyNEMCC mobile app, and by using those same tools to build a new enhanced campus portal that will bring all of the Banner self-service applications together to provide a more seamless experience. These are just a few examples of the solutions being used at Northeast to provide students and employees timely access to the information they need to be successful.
Wow, what another great day to be a Tiger from Northeast. I want to thank all of those that took part in today's virtual news conference, and a special thank you to all of you that watched. Of course, if you need some more information on today's announcement or anything else when it comes to Northeast Mississippi Community College, including registering for the spring semester, it'll be here before we know it. Just go to our website at nemcc.edu. Thanks again for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.